Thank you all for coming in today so we can discuss this important topic that how to manage employees' cost during COVID-19 pandemic without actually saying goodbye. So while health and safety of each one of us and our loved ones has taken top priority during this time, we also have a lot of dependencies on the healthy functioning of the economy and businesses. And I'm glad that you all are here today to discuss the same. So, COVID 19 widespread today has transformed the world's hustle into varying degrees of uncertainty. Where I see ourselves is that we are in a world that's both united as well as divided during this pandemic. United in the sense that we're all adjusting to a new normal and different challenges and some opportunities as well that are arising with a different way of living and working. And where I see that we are divided is where our nations fall in the crisis bell curve and how we are all responding to this situation. So while countries across globally, organizations, they're continuing to understand and navigate through this pandemic of such immense scale, it's certainly undeniable that we're all staring at something much more permanent that's making structural changes to the way that we're all been living, working and playing. So I see this fundamentally different from recessions that we've really seen in the past. In fact, some experts have been projecting this as one of the worst recessions that the world has ever seen. So this definitely would have a varied impact on businesses, depending on the sector, depending on the financial muscle and management decisions of the company. In fact, during this time, some businesses may even close down and some will struggle and some will come out even as a winner. So I see it as a time right now as to engage and not to disengage. And being an HR leader myself, we must respond quickly and comprehensively, considering both the immediate, the short term, and the long term consequences. So HR's role is going to be very crucial and strategic to ensure business sustainability as well as to ensure productivity and cost optimization. In fact, in a recent survey that I came across, there were about almost 7 out of 10 HR leaders who were citing crisis management or business continuity planning as their top challenge during COVID-19 outbreak. And close behind on this list of priorities was managing flexible work arrangements and employee communications. And employee communications during this time has really been thrusted into the spotlight because it's not just communicating, but it's how effectively you're going to communicate during this time. So hence every step and every measure that is taken from the HR perspective should be carefully thought of and should be analyzed through the prism of an employee, cost benefit, as well as the legal framework. Now, as the impact of this pandemic really spreads, HR leaders, like all functional leaders, are facing tremendous amount of pressure to cut costs. But it's going to be very critical to avoid a knee-jerk response, as people are our key and they're the greatest resource to every organization. So the way we're going to manage our cost decisions now is really going to determine how well we will sustain performance during this crisis and how we're going to emerge through it and pass through it. So I see it as the role of HR that has to be redefined right from recruitments and appraisals to new working models, performance-centric compensation restructuring, managing cost optimization and reduction exercises, but very importantly, without damaging the employer brand. So if the organizations today, if any of your organizations are witnessing a slowdown or are expecting a slowdown in the coming months, some possible actions to be taken from the employment side, cost side, to help manage the situation could range from simple cost control to severe cuts. So I have a brief slide here that I would like to show all of you. Vishal, if you could please help me with this slide. Yes, I think all of you could see the slide right now. So here, how I have defined this as one of the first steps to manage employment cost is freezing new hires and key critical hiring. What I mean here is go back to your drawing board, go back to your organization structure, revisit all your open positions and freeze all non-critical hires. Identify your key critical open positions and have a very focused, concentrated approach with these critical positions. Because it could be these critical positions that will help drive and sustain the business during the long run. The next that I have defined here is benefits and allowances management. Now, we all have different benefit schemes and allowance schemes in our organizations. So I would urge you all to go back and review each of your benefit schemes and hold on to your investments in non-core benefits. Non-core benefits such as traveling, ticketing, scholarships, etc., maybe if you do provide. Allowance schemes where you could really highlight areas for possible saving measures. For example, a very simple example that I could share here is now we're all doing a work from home. In such a scenario, if you do have a transportation allowance, you can drop that for now till normal conditions, work conditions are restored. So go back and review your benefits and allowances scheme. The next that I have defined here is appraisals, promotions, and salary increase, performance pay bonuses. Now, most of the organizations follow a financial appraisal cycle. So if you, a financial year appraisal cycle. So if you do have an appraisal cycle that's not yet conducted, you could look at postponing this and deferring the salary increases and promotions. Also, maybe when it comes to your performance pay bonuses, you could possibly look at holding on or deferring these for some time, or maybe even depending on the business impact, maybe canceling some of your performance pay and bonuses. But yes, do keep in mind, except for these statutory bonuses, which are mandated by law. The next, as part of managing employment cost, would be salary cuts. So if you're introducing salary cuts, salary reduction, I would suggest do not go with a blanket percentage cut across all bands. Review each of the different bands that you have in the organization and define percentage cuts across those bands. But make sure that this entire process is transparent to your organization and various stakeholders that are involved. And finally, that I've defined here is right sizing, redeployment, retrenchment management. When I say right sizing, I've not called it as downsizing. I'm saying right sizing because it's very important that we structure our workforce to align our short-term business needs with a long-term value. So it's about talking about how cross-functional teams and creating those cross-functional teams, creating a mix of both permanent and temporary workers, and maximizing the effectiveness of both your current and your future workforce in light of all these different changes. So also variable cost in terms of your payroll cost. For example, if you do have contractors, if you've got consultants, look at focusing and reducing and eliminating these as part of your right sizing measure. Also, most of us as a performance management system in our different organizations, we have something that's called as a performance improvement plan. So identify those who are already on a performance improvement plan and are showing no improvements for immediate exits. Next step is identify the low performers and the non-performers for voluntary separation rather than termination. And in this emerging scenario, this may unfortunately accelerate. If you do have furlough leaves, you may want to resort to furlough leaves, where companies would inform employees to go on mandatory leave without pay. However, they do not retrench them. So employees then can be brought back to your payroll at a later date based on business viability. Some businesses may also want to close their non-core, non-performing divisions after the lockdown, post evaluating the impact of this pandemic. So these were some of the action steps that I could really look at and suggest to all of you in terms as to how you could look at managing employment costs. So while we do have to battle all these cost pressures to survive, we should definitely not ignore investing in coaching and developing our best high potential talent so that they are better prepared to succeed in this new normal. The way I see it is the lockdown may be lifted within a few weeks, but definitely there's no denying that we've all now entered an uncharted paradigm, new paradigm, where surviving against all these odds has now become the new norm. And this unprecedented crisis right now is testing not just professional, but I'm sure you would all agree with me, personal relationships as well across the world. So therefore, it's going to be the responsibility of each and every member of an organization to put in their utmost efforts and maintain smooth business relations. Now, while certain concerns may initially slow down progress, as the overall impact of the outbreak is going to overshadow the operations for years to come, I would say steady and positive communication will help maintain everyone's employee morale and keep all these employee relations intact as the world moves through this challenge. So these are some of my thoughts that I would really like to share on the topic. Over to you, Renoy, for any further questions that you or any of our viewers would really have on the topic, Renoy.
Get 300 plus services. Chat and email with our team directly. Get stunning discounts and rewards. Only on Vakil Search app. Download now.